Hi guys and welcome to the channel. My name's Mariella and the channel is In the Kitchen with Mariella. Hey, today is July the 29th and our devotion today is called Make Believe. I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live. That each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toils. This is the gift of God. Ecclesiastics 3:12 and 13. We all played our fair share of make-believe as a child, trolling around a room in a fancy dress-up gown or running through a field with a wild tale alive in our minds. Our starry-eyed youth took our imagination on the wildest of journeys as our hearts pounded with the creation of our souls. Pretending we are someone else or somewhere else begins early in childhood and more stubbornly continues as we age. We still allow imagination to transport us to other places and other circumstances. Somehow, it is easier for us to embrace the wonders of what if than the reality of what is. Father, as I look back on some of my childhood dreams, I realized that it was nice to dream and it made me feel happy. But today is my reality, and I pray that you would help me to see my life as a gift. Stir joy in my heart once again. The nighttime devotion. There is nothing better than to be happy in your life. Your life is made up of now. Each moment you live, each breath you take, it's right this very second. To find happiness in your life is to find the best thing. And to find satisfaction in your efforts is to find the gift of God. Treasure your life. Be satisfied with where you are. Satisfaction is living each day as if it were the dream. The question of the day: what dreams are you still holding on to? One of the dreams I still hold on to is that God will put the right person in my life. I'm not looking for a new husband, but maybe a companion, somebody that shares the same things that I like, and somebody that I can spend time with. That we have the same interest. So what is your dreams that you still hang on to? Leave a comment, let me know. Now, I have a story to tell you. And this goes back to a couple days ago when our devotion was on what are the things that we had buried. And one of the things I had buried was when I was 6 years old. I was home with my mom. And my mom was, I don't know if you know what it is. We had a potbelly stove that you built a fire in. And that's how we heated our house. And my sisters had got up for school. And my mom asked them to build a fire. So they did. And the school bus came. And they were going out to get on the school bus. And for some reason, my mom didn't think that the fire had caught. So she had seen my dad do this 1,000 times. My dad had put kerosene in a used can and would pour it on the fire. So my mom did that. And she shut the door. Well, when she bent down to open the bottom draft, when the oxygen went up, it ignited the fire and it did a backdraft and it caught her house coat on fire. Well, because of that, my mom was burnt over 95% of her body with third-degree burns. And at the time, I was the only one home with her. So I had to be a very brave 6-year-old. And because my mom's hands were burnt so bad, my mom couldn't use the phone or nothing, so I had to make the phone calls. And back then, you didn't dial 911. You only called the operator. And then you had to give her all this information. Well, this was information that I didn't know. And my mom was in so much pain that my mom could barely give me the information to give the operator. But all that being said, I had stuffed all those feelings from that day. And because they took my mom to the hospital. And my mom was in the hospital for over 9 months, fighting for her life every day. But she made it. She lived. But anytime I heard about a house fire or about someone getting burnt, it would trigger all these feelings. So the other day, when we were doing the devotion, and I said that a bunch of things that I thought I had dealt with started resurfacing. This is one of the things. Now, I'm 63 years old. This happened when I was 6. It has come to surface a couple of times in all those years, but most of the time it stayed buried. And I'm telling you this story because on Tuesday this week, yesterday, my landlord mowed the grass. And when he gets done mowing, he always weed eats. And when he gets to our apartment, he always stops and pets Buddy and plays with Buddy. Well, he stopped, and when I opened the door, because I don't open it all the way, I only open it crack for him to stick his hand in to pet Buddy. And when I opened the door, he said, "Don't scratch me today, Buddy." And he said, "You got to sit down." And he said, "I will pet you." He said, "But you can't be all excited." And I looked at him and I said, "What's wrong?" And he shows me his arm. He shows me actually his arm, his chest, his neck, his face, his head. And what had happened was, last week he was working on his jet ski, and it blew up. And it had burned him. He has burns all over him. And they told him that one section of his arm might need a skin graft. Now, before I turned all these buried things over to God, I would have lost it. But since I turned everything over to God, I said a prayer for the man and hope that he gets better. But the raw emotional feelings are not there, not like they normally are. And I wanted to tell you all this story. One, to ask you to keep the landlord in his prayers. His name's Brandon. But also to show you how God is working. How he is giving me peace with some of the things that I have buried. So that you might see that God really does work. I want to thank you all for watching the video. If you would, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a comment, and share. I would appreciate it. And as always, don't let anyone steal your sunshine or your smile. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.